Good morning, everybody. We are in Mount Vernon today. This was Megan's stop for Washington, D.C. She was like, when we come, we've got to go to Mount Vernon. Of course, that is.
I remember doing this as a kid and really enjoying it.
Oh,
so
I didn't know you had done this.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, see, I haven't done it, so this is all new to me.
The other day when we stayed at my mom's apartment, I thought you saw like the pictures that she had up.
Yeah, I guess I just didn't put it together though, that it was here. So anyway, we've got the tour of the mansion is in just a few minutes, so we've got an appointment for that, so we're headed over there. So back here behind me is his house, and this would all be his front yard and all that back there. Like, look at that view. I mean, I would love to have a place like that where you've got this much of a view, all this green pasture right in front of the house. So we just got out here onto the grounds. We went through the mansion. They don't allow any like videography inside the mansion, so we weren't able to film in there. But it was like really cool in there. They had a lot of cool pieces. A lot of it's reproductions because they don't have everything in there. But
I think she said 30% of it is original.
Yeah, so it was really cool. Some of the furniture pieces and the artwork and stuff like that, really cool. Even like the handrails and stuff, so you know.
I did get a lot of pictures, so we could probably just like pop them in here so you guys can see what it looks like. Yeah.
It's just cool being somewhere so historic that you know like so many important people have been through and touched this or had a conversation in this room or whatever. I love coming to places like this. And the house is right here on the banks of the Potomac River. And y'all can see this little wall right here. It actually extends around and you can't really see it over here. It kind of disappears. They called it a ha-ha wall, and he built it so that from here you really couldn't see it like from up at the house, but the cattle and stuff couldn't walk up into the yard and mess up his yard, but you wouldn't have any fences like that would obstruct anybody's view of the river and the surrounding area. It's pretty cool. Could you imagine like in the deep snow you'd come out here and sled? As long as the wall wasn't here, you could sled. Or you could go right through there if you fit through that little gate right there and then slide all the way down.
It's so steep I can jump and move.
If the river was frozen over, you just slide straight out onto the river. Okay, I think if we lived here, I'd be out here in this garden area all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, this is so cool, and it's like surrounded by a wall and everything. Kind of peaceful out here. I'd just be out here walking around or strolling, maybe sitting on a bench or something. This is so cool out here.
Right here and also by the river.
Oh
by
yeah,
the river was
when we were out there, we were like, if we were George and Martha, we'd be out here having like our picnics and everything all the time. And walking around here, we kind of feel like George and Martha Washington because we found out that they were, he was 6'2" or 6'3",
and she was 4'11".
Yeah, so not quite as much of a height difference. Yeah, we've got like a foot difference in us. They had like a foot.
He's 6 foot. So
they had like a foot and 3 inches or so. So we were all starving and just found out they've got a food court in here, which is really cool. All kind of options in this place. So we got our food ordered and oh, looks like it's here now. Uh-oh, Megan's found the gift shop.
it feels so good.
And they have Christmas stuff in here, ornaments and everything.
Oh my gosh. Okay, these would be my Christmas cards this year.
Yeah, those look cool.
I don't know, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Megan's worried about her hair. They had the windows rolled down in the Uber and it was really breezy on the way over here, so both of us might have some crazy hair. We're at our first stop though here at the Lincoln Memorial. I am so excited about this day. I've been like looking forward to this since we decided to come here. I've been here for one day before, just like a day trip over, so it was really quick and I felt like I didn't have enough time to spend and really look at stuff, but we're here now.
Last time I was here, I think I was 12. So
oh gosh, yeah. It wasn't that long ago for me. It was like 4 years or so. I was in Maryland for some training, and we popped over here for a day trip. But I'm super excited about this. We're at the World War II Memorial, and you know, they have like the pillars all the way around it with all the states listed out. And we asked the kids where they felt like what state they would call home, you know, because now we don't live in any state officially. But we've lived in a few different ones. We were like, what would you say if somebody asked where you were from? And Ross said Florida, because he likes Florida. I guess he likes the heat. He's like Megan.
Yeah, we've never even lived in Florida. I mean, I guess technically...
We've spent a lot of time there, though.
Yeah, technically our domicile is in Florida now, but...
we have Florida driver's license and everything. But Julie's like, I don't know what I would say. She said, maybe Pennsylvania, just because I like the name. But she's never been to Pennsylvania, but she likes the name of it. But honestly, I get that too, because when we go places, like the other day when I was in Montana, people would ask, like, where are you from? And I'd say, Georgia and the Carolinas, like a little bit everywhere. You know, I guess it's sort of like military families, though. They move around a lot, you know. So it's like, where do you actually claim?
Yeah, someone asked me the other day, and I was like, oh, we're full-time travelers. Like, I just said that.
Yeah,
so
sometimes
like,
that's easier.
Yeah, where are you from? Or where do you live? They asked, where do you live? And I was like, oh, we're full-time travelers.
It's weird when you're in DC walking around because everything is within sight. When you're on the National Mall, you can see all the monuments, all the cool buildings, or almost all of them, but everything is so far away. So like we were just up at the Washington Monument back here, and we were like, oh, we'll just walk over here and see the White House. It's just right across the field. And the next thing you know, you've walked, I don't know, what feels like a mile to get around here. Plus, there's no like direct routes. Most things are like, you know, you have to follow this trail around here or something. So it is a lot of walking. And we finally made it all the way here to the White House. There was nobody to see though. The lights are on, but nobody's really home, it doesn't look like. So we're on the side that faces the Washington Monument. If you're on the other side of the White House, you can get a lot closer and get a much better view, but we're hot, we're thirsty, we're hungry, and we're ready to go get some food. So we're just hitting this side, and then we're heading back over to the National Mall. Well, we have found the capital of the food trucks, I think. I mean, they are as far as the eye can see here. I'm sure we can find something for lunch in this place. Yes, me too. So we had our Mediterranean food for lunch and decided we needed some dessert. Look at the size of these shaved ice cups. They are huge. Fortunately, they come with a giant straw and a spoon because that is a lot to eat. Oh boy, we found the cool stuff now. Look at this old fire helmet. Yeah, that's some cool stuff right there. I mean, this dollhouse is like big enough to live in, isn't it? You could almost crawl up in there and sleep.
Love that as a kid.
Yeah. That is crazy. I mean, so much detail in there.
I had like $1 billion dolls.
I had a few doll houses as a kid, but nothing this big.
Okay, so this is probably the most interesting cigarette ad I've ever seen. About keeping a slender figure. You're supposed to eat, I mean, you're supposed to smoke a cigarette. Yeah, don't eat them. You're supposed to smoke a cigarette instead of eating some dessert. I don't know if that's good medical advice there.
I love the Santa Claus one next.
Oh yeah, that is really cool. 1931 is when that was. All these like campaign buttons and advertisements are really cool. I mean, all kinds of things. We got like wine corks and lunch boxes, and Megan even pointed out the macaroni and cheese back there. You could buy one for Republicans or buy one for Democrats, and that was in '96 too. Like that was pretty recently. Like all these things. Oh, they even got a MAGA hat. That must have like recently updated this, I guess. So we're about to walk into a really cool room over here. Last time I was here, I walked into this room, this exhibit, without even knowing what I was walking into. And I didn't realize it until I was in there, but this exhibit has the flag that was flying the night Francis Scott Key wrote our national anthem. Rockets red glare, bombs bursting in air, all that stuff. This is the flag that was flying that night. Alright, Julie, are we doing the food gallery? Y'all know Julie's like our resident foodie, man.
She's the foodie.
All about it. All this shopping stuff about where we get our food and how we prepare our food. And oh my gosh, HelloFresh. Hashtag not sponsored, y'all, just so y'all know. I mean, kudos to HelloFresh though. I think once you arrive in the Smithsonian Institute as an exhibit, like you have arrived as a company. So we made it through the American History Museum, and we're all about tapped out. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. There's still a lot that we want to see, but all of our feet are tired, our legs are tired, we're tired of walking today. We put in some serious miles today. So I think what we're gonna do now is we're going to go eat dinner, and then we're gonna go back to the house. We've got a little bit of time tomorrow, like tomorrow afternoon, that we can come back. We definitely wanna go to the Natural History Museum. We wanna see the Capitol. Want to go to the National Archives and see the Constitution, Bill of Rights in DC, starting off at the Smithsonian Institute of, I'm sorry, it has a crazy name. Smithsonian Institution of Natural, or National Museum of Natural History. That's a very long name for the Museum of Natural History, or as my kids like to call it, the Night at the Museum Museum. You know, look at this huge pink quartz over here. Like, I know you would have put that in the corner of our house if you'd had, I mean, this would have been like home decor
100%.
for Megan. This thing is insane. Come from the South Pacific, but it sure looks like they could have used it like as the inspiration for the Heart of Tafiti or something.
It looks exactly like that, but you know what? It also looks like the same markings on my necklace.
Yeah.
The Greek calendar.
Oh yeah, it sure does.
It's like,
like I don't know if y'all can see it. Yeah, y'all can't really tell it on the camera.
Here, zoom up on it. Let me see.
Yeah, you can start to see like the markings, the etchings in the green there.
Let me see if it'll focus a little better. There we go. Yeah.
You wearing your necklace right now?
Yeah.
butterfly exhibit was actually pretty cool. They had a lot of butterflies and stuff in there. If you come here, just know that you do have to buy a ticket ahead of time, and it has to be a timed ticket, so you only have a certain time you can come in. It just so happened that they had 4 still available for right now when we just got here, and they're free because it's Tuesday, so didn't know that till we got here. But now we're on our way to the next room, which is gonna be where the Hope Diamond is, which I think is what Megan is most excited about. Had to find a bench to sit down on here in the gemstone room because these girls are taking forever. They are dragging. This room is huge. We've made it through maybe a third of the room, maybe at best. And these girls are just, I mean, they're wanting to study each gemstone, each little mineral that they come by. It's gonna take forever. So we found us a bench. We're resting our feet.
Yep.
You can't really see Julie. She's right there next to Megan though. But you see, I mean, they are taking their sweet time. Look at her. I mean, studying each piece in every case. 2 or 3 minutes have passed. They've made it from that corner to this corner. Now they're both getting their pictures of something and...
Why are you picking on us?
Okay, so here's Megan's camera roll. I mean, it's just full of gemstone pictures and stuff.
Look, I haven't done as many as you think. Oh no!
I came up here to get some hand sanitizer. It's a foot pump, which I've never seen.
Yeah, it just went
and
everywhere. Daddy peed his
Hopefully that
pants.
dries out. So the Smithsonian was really cool. Now we're on our way down to the National Archives, which is what I've really been looking forward to because I want to see like the Constitution and all those really cool documents. And that is basically about right across the street, so we're headed over there now. So as far as vlogging goes, the National Archives is kind of anticlimactic. Like I was really looking forward to that, but we get in there, I started filming, and then they said there's no filming or photography or anything allowed in the whole building. So wasn't able to really show anything, but honestly it was so dark in the room where they keep like the Bill of Rights and the Constitution and the Declaration that it's hard to even see it in person. I mean, even if I could have brought the camera out, I don't know how it would have looked. Like it's kind of dark and gloomy in there, honestly. Like it wasn't what you see in the movies, you know, when you see it like on National Treasure or something.
It's so cool to see.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's definitely like a must-see kind of a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's because like, maybe I'm wrong, but you can barely see the ink on there already, and I think they just don't want it to fade anymore. Yeah. And so that's probably why they keep it a little dark in there. That's probably what I'm thinking.
It has to be something like that. It just, I wish there was a way to like protect them, like coat the glass with something that would protect the documents, you know, but then allow light in the room for the people. But anyway, like I said, it's definitely a must-see kind of site. I just wish we could have vlogged it a little bit more. So this has nothing to do with really touring DC, but Julie pointed out all the way over across the mall there is an albino squirrel. Completely white.
That is too cool.
That's really, it is really cool. Now we're seeing if he'll let us get close so we can get a better look at this thing. He thinks you're about to feed him or something.
He keeps doing like this, like me?
Yeah. So we've made it down to the end of the National Mall. You can see the Capitol building back here behind us. Finally got down to this end, took us 2 days. And there's still so much more you could see. Like there's tons, the art museum, wanted to go there, Air and Space Museum, but we've just run out of time and we've got to go. Like literally
2 days
we have
is
to go.
not enough in DC, but
you can spend a whole week here just seeing this stuff.
Yeah, you could.
And we were saying last night, like I feel like it's so cool that we did this actually kind of unplanned until the last minute, but we did this right before we're leaving to go over to Europe. Like we came to DC, to our nation's capital, to see this stuff that the kids haven't seen, even some of the stuff that I haven't seen. You've probably been to all these places. It's really cool to come here and experience this and learn more about our history before we go over to Europe to learn more about their history. It's a really, really cool thing. I'm glad that we got to come here and see this.
Yeah.
But now we are cold and we are tired and we're ready to go back to the house. We have a lot of packing to do tonight because in about 24 hours we'll be getting on our flight heading out of New York.
My hands just got sweaty when you
I know, it's crazy to think about, like, all day long when this has come up and we've thought about, like, okay, we're flying out tomorrow, you know, it's just like, it's crazy to even think about.
It almost doesn't even feel real yet. Like, it feels like, I don't know if, like, at what point to me is it gonna feel like real and not like
we're living in Europe now.
And not like a vacation. Yeah. Like, how many weeks or months are we gonna be over there before we're like,
I know.
I don't know.
I thought about that too
such
the other
a weird
day.
thing to like try to explain, like, because you don't necessarily like feel homeless, but you also don't feel like you belong anywhere either. And it's just such a weird feeling. That's one thing that I did not like expect.
And you know,
is to not be able to describe my feelings through this whole process.
Yeah, because we watch a lot of like vloggers and Instagrammers and stuff that do this. Like, they travel full time all over the world and everything. But you don't think about this side of it until you're actually here doing it. You don't think about how crazy it actually feels to be making this move. You know?
And there's so much of it that you're like, you just have to take it day by day. It's literally just like day by day to stay flexible in whatever comes up and wherever you need to go, and be very like go with the flow. And so you really just take it day by day, and when you do it like that, it doesn't feel like such a big thing that you're doing until you think about it, and then you're like, holy cow, this is a pretty big thing that we're doing. So it's
crazy. It's like we said the other day, it's like a lot of emotions all at one time. Like a lot of feelings, a lot of craziness all at one time. It's just
I think
wild.
it will always be like that the whole time we're traveling. Like, every person that we watch who talks about like traveling the world, they talk about how like it's hard, but it's also amazing.
Very rewarding.
It's lonely, but it's also like the best thing you could ever do, and like people want to do it for longer even though they miss their family. And it's just like, I feel like this is how you get all the emotions that you're ever gonna feel.
Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope y'all really enjoyed this. I know we sure did. It was amazing to come here and see this stuff.
Ross is saying leave it a thumbs up.
Oh, Ross, give it a thumbs up. We're gonna go ahead and close it out here. We got to get home and get to packing and eat and everything. And we will see you guys. I guess the next vlog will probably be us going over to Germany. So we will see you in just a couple days.